I'm Carolyn Stevens. To be frank, most leaders spend way too much time drilling down, involving themselves in the details of their team members' responsibilities, rather than creating an environment that has team members accepting full accountability for meeting their objectives. How much drilling down, micromanaging are you doing, rather than spending your time focusing on the master plan, new initiatives, and the strategic picture? Unquestionably, the behaviour of your team members is hugely impacted by your behaviours, the way you delegate projects and tasks, and the way you monitor those delegations. By effectively delegating, you can create team members who meet your responsibility and accountability expectations. And so, what specific changes would you need to make to the way that you delegate so that you eradicate the need to drill down into team members' roles, to micromanage, and so that team members exceeded the responsibility and accountability expectations that you have of them? Here's what expert delegators do. They delegate the objective, not the procedure. The most common delegation problems arise when you detail the how the work is to be done. That's when you get described as a micromanager. On the other hand, when you focus on clearly describing your intention and objective for the assignment, and perhaps an outline of a possible approach if your team member's not experienced, you can create a space in which your team member can assume full responsibility and accountability. Expert delegators also have a dialogue and agree the criteria for the project, that is, the quality and quantity, resources, authority and time frame. And agree is a key word here. This isn't you saying, will you do it in 2 weeks, and then saying yes. Instead, have a listening dialogue about these criteria and notice how the quality of the discussion lifts. And the experts jointly decide the checkpoints. In my experience, this is the second most common delegation problem, not working out the progress reporting timeline with your team member before work begins on the project. And if you don't jointly devise a checkpoint plan before work begins, you do actually need to regularly lean over the fence to see how your team member's travelling. And I'm thinking that might be another reason you would be described as micromanaging. And finally, expert delegators appreciate and acknowledge. Ensure your team members really get that you appreciate their help with this. And ensure you give plenty of positive and corrective feedback along the way too, hey? So here's your leadership call to action. When you enable your team members to use their initiative and act independently within clearly agreed guidelines, you're encouraging them to take responsibility and accountability, right? And when you appreciate and acknowledge their efforts, they'll feel valued and respected and more resolved to meet your expectations, right? So, I look forward to hearing about your successes with your remodeled approach to delegation.